Sitting in the bleachers in the rain. We've shed a million tears and drank as many old style beers out at the game. Let's go, Cubby, Son Ranto, Son Ranto, Son Ranto and the lovable losers. Son Ranto, Son Ranto, Son Ranto and the lovable losers. Son Ranto.
And there he is.
Nice of you to join us, Cotton.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. The reason you heard me yell Son Ranto is because we started the show and then Michael completely disappeared for 2 minutes and we had no idea what happened and we were already going and there's nothing we could do. But welcome to the Son Ranto Show, brought to you by Bleacher Bunch Productions on the Fans First Network and our 108 Patreon supporters. Find out how you can become a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/SonRanto and participate in our Patreon Patron of the Month prize package, which includes an In the Clutch t-shirt and also a matte camera permanent painting. Also, this show is brought to you by Blake Beard's Tickets and the other super duper ranters, Rogue Wave Creative and the Cubs PS Plus podcast. Hashtag chance in the chat, and you can win a Frank Chance postcard sent to you by me with a message of love and doom. But Happy New Year, everybody. What y'all drinking? IFG, what kind of high alcohol content beer are you throwing at me during dry January today?
I'm drinking chocolate milk.
I mean, so there's what? How much ABV in that chocolate milk you got going right now?
0. Your beloved IFG made slightly too merry over the course of the last couple weeks, and her tummy is not agreeing with her very much today. So we are not drinking anything today except chocolate milk. But I love chocolate milk. It brings comfort to me, and I need comfort because my baseball team is not giving me any.
Nothing like chocolate milk to settle a stomach, let me tell you.
I do love some chocolate milk. I am drinking a Phase 3 Pixel Density IPA.
Okay.
It's from Louisiana or some shit. I don't know.
Sounds
I saw
nerdy
it today.
as hell.
What?
Sounds nerdy. How is it? How is your pixelated beer?
Oh, it's pretty tasty. Pretty tasty. It's got a little like if anybody's had a dank IPA, you know, the ones that are supposed to be sort of like marijuana infused or something like that. It kind of tastes like that. It's got a little earthy flavor to it. I like it.
So it's real hoppy.
Mm-hmm.
We have Mr. Fourth Rose in the chat having a chilled 20-ounce Pepsi.
I love that he went straight 20 ounce.
Yeah. Bernie Barron says Pepsi, yum. Yeah, you know, Chicago's kind of a Pepsi town. They used to be the only soft drink you could get at Wrigley Field, but all these people complained, and now everybody's happy they have Coke. I mean, you know, does everything have to be freaking Coca-Cola? Like, where's a damn Dr. Pepper at the ballpark when you need one too?
No doubt. I you know, some of y'all know I used to work in a traveling Renaissance festival, and the Ren Fair circuit was a Pepsi venue, right? So yes, it is objectively not the best diet soda, but Diet Pepsi runs through my veins, and man, I want more access to Diet Pepsi in my life.
I had a couple of Cokes when I was in for Cubs caroling, because the Airbnb we had had a few sodas in there that we could have it. So I had a Coke, and I haven't had one in a long time. It didn't taste good. Like, it just did not taste good. I think I'm out on Cokes.
But have you tried New Coke from 1987? Or
I actually did I think I liked New Coke, but I think that's because New Coke, I think, tasted like Pepsi. Like, it was just like a lot more sugar.
I like a good Mexicoke, you know, like you're stopping at the taco truck, you grab a Mexicoke with it. That's good stuff.
I'm good with a Coke out of a fountain. Like, you go, like, if you are at a ball game or something, I don't know how Wrigley's are, but sometimes you go and you'll
No.
get one out of a fountain, and those are good. But
Yeah, you need like
out
the
of a can.
McDonald's recipe Coca-Cola, which I
Yeah.
swear is just slightly different than anybody else's.
Well,
Mhm.
not only are we right about soft drinks on a regular basis and the beverages that we choose, I've got my yerba mate in a Cubs mug here, and but we're right about basically we've been right for at least a year because we had a
We've
show.
hold on. Keep going. More than a year, Danny.
Yeah, but I'm
This
saying
is
at
the
least
most
a year.
right show that there's been.
Correct. So, but at least it's been a year we've been right because I accidentally opened the wrong script for today. And because we did a show exactly a year ago on January 4th. And so I opened that script up. And first of all, we made fun of Sahadev Sharma writing about that the Cubs coined the phrase, we're raising the floor. So we called bullshit on that, and we were right. 83 games is a floor that is unsuccessful and not that much fun to watch.
It is not.
Second thing we were right about, we talked about Eric Hosmer. And IFG, you had a little thing in here about Stroman and Hosmer bonding over Kanyeism because
Okay. So for further clarification, guys, this is in our like show notes that we write back and forth to each other. It's like a little shared document we've got. So
from
he's
last year.
sharing my last year's show notes.
Yeah. So, and because Hosmer's wife works for Fox News. And so you had brought that up. So that all went terribly. Stroman, it didn't go well. He opts out. Hosmer was terrible. He's out. And then we talked about Higgins, PJ Higgins, who's back with the team. Alfonso Rivas.
He's not back with the team.
He's not? I thought he did. I thought they got him back.
He went to the Reds back in November.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he came to the Cubs. I don't know.
No,
I'm all over the place.
He came to the Cubs for like a week, and then he elected free agency, meaning he got cut, or maybe he just elected free agency and then went to the Reds.
Yeah. Randall Allen brings up.
He's got a spring training invite to Cincinnati.
Oh, and not to us. All right. Well, we'll forget about that. Well, Higgins was gone. We were sad about that. Alfonso Rivas was DFA'd, as was Frank Schwindel. By the way, Alfonso Rivas worth 0.3 WAR last year between the Padres and Pittsburgh, which is more than I could say for either Trey Mancini or freaking Eric Hosmer.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they were in the negatives, I believe.
So, yeah, and then Schwindel went to Japan to play with the Oryx Buffaloes, but he was out of the league by the end of May with a back injury.
And then you brought up a good point about the Billy, I guess Billy DeVore came on this show to talk about Tucker Barnhart at the time, which he was super excited about. So he was wrong. And just so you know, don't listen to his terrible show. He's wrong about everything. But you talked about PJ Higgins. Why not platoon him with Matt Mervis to see why sign Hosmer? Why put a bat in Mash Mervis's way? You brought up. And you said, I quote, "We know how much the Cubs love to give old, useless people playing time."
Was I wrong?
I feel like you said that just a couple of weeks ago. Like you're very on brand with that.
I am consistent, if nothing else.
One of us, Bernie Barron agrees, says they should have kept Rivas and saved their money. Yeah, the $7 million to Mancini. Then we talked about Jason Hayward, and because we were still looking for a lefty bat, and we mentioned might as well keep Jason Hayward. Maybe he'll be better without the shift. And
he was better, but then again, he didn't play. He wasn't their everyday starter, right? They put him in good situations, which they could have done that with the Cubs.
They put him on the Dodgers.
Which if you're on the Dodgers, that's the best situation to be in.
These days, I would say, even more so than last year when we talked about this. And I like what Terry E says in the chat. He says 83 games is the linoleum in a Brazilian hardwood baseball floor world.
Yes.
I couldn't have put it better than myself. And I think I could literally say that.
Well, and the bad part is 83 games. that wasn't a floor. That's the ceiling. That's as high as we were getting. Like unfortunately, I wish it were. I wish we could have said, "Oh, that was the floor." That's what everybody expected. Like everybody was like, the worst case scenario was 83 games. But no, what we got was kind of the best case scenario last year, and that ended up being 83 games.
Yeah. And we also talked about how the Cubs didn't have a first baseman and that they had in 2022 produced a 223, 288, 339 slash line for a 627 OPS. And we won in 69 OPS plus.
Nice.
Yeah, that's
Nice.
22 nice. And then last season, it went not that much better if you include the fact, well, the Cody Bellinger's in those numbers, and he's also not signed right now. So somebody said, yeah, Randall Allen says, just signed Belly already. I think every Cub fan in the world agrees with that. But instead, we're going to play a game called Name That New Guy.
Woo!
Oh, yay.
So
How
this,
many of these? Hold on. How
There's
many
5.
of these new guys are going to be coaches?
None of them. I was going to do the
okay.
coaches, and then I had too many people. I'm like, this is going to take forever. Let's just do the players, and maybe next week we'll do the coaches if people like this segment. If not,
This is the only
this is it.
team in the world whose biggest news is that they just keep adding to their coaching staff.
I wish they'd give them someone to coach.
Yeah, well, they did, and minor league. We got a few minor league signings, and that's basically what we're talking about here. So we're gonna go around the horn a little bit. IFG, why don't you take the first one, if you will, because I believe you're from Tampa, Florida, right? Or you spent quite a bit of time there.
I am more or less from Tampa, Florida. Yes.
So this is how this game works, real quick. Is we know who these guys are, but you don't know who they are. So they are signings that the Cubs have managed this offseason so far. So your job is to guess who it is by what we say here. Okay, so here's the first one. I'm going to put it up, IFG, if you want to give it a good old read.
All right. This Tampanian went to the University of Notre Dame, where he played college ball for the Fighting Irish. The Cubs are its 8th organization, though he's only seen MLB time with 3 teams. He's the second Google search result when searching his name, and the number 1 is a chain of auto collision centers. He hasn't played in the MLB since 2020, but currently with the Gigantes del Cibao of the Dominican Winter League. He will enter his Jesus year in 2024 and has yet to hit a home run in his 33 plate appearances, where he has so far slashed 167, 219, 200.
Okay.
Any guesses out there?
Well, my guess, since you said this, since what Danny wrote was this tampon went to the University of Notre Dame.
And that's
I
why we
immediately
call
thought
ourselves
Jeff
Tampanians.
Samardzija.
Well, I've said, I Googled, what do you call somebody from Tampa? And it said you could call somebody a Tampanian, which you said, or a tampon. And I thought that was hilarious. So I wrote it.
Yeah, that was soundly beat out of us in middle school.
Okay, we got a couple. Yeah, I would imagine. We got.
Wow.
We got a couple of guesses out here. First guess is
girl in middle school Tampa.
First guess out here is Quasimodo from Mr. Fourth Boat. That is wrong. Jesus Mauricio says Alfaro. That is also incorrect. Gerber. No, it is not Gerber. Gerber's not on the list. I forgot about Gerber. I don't even know who Gerber is. He a baby? That's on a. Yeah, we'll have to look that up. Add him to it. So yeah, nobody can get it because you've never heard of him. I will reveal the winner just so in the name of moving along, but it is Joe Hudson. So there he is, Joe Hudson. Now a Chicago Cubs signee. We don't know what that means.
Now a minor leaguer, because we have not
He does, to
put
be
a
fair,
single
look
dollar
like.
towards the big league.
I said, to be fair, he does look like somebody who used to go for dollar beers and dollar shots at Ybor City. So,
I mean, they all do kind of look somewhat like that. You know what I mean? Like it's a baseball player type face, you know. Okay, so the next one, Cotton, why don't you take this one? I'll put it up. Do you have the script in front of you?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so I'll put the text here.
All right. Nicknamed Lil G. This Rhode Islander tested positive for PEDs in 2018 and was suspended for 80 games. He got married this past year after spending the last 2 years playing in Korea. The Cubs are his 6th MLB organization, and his arm type was sorely lacking in Chicago last year. In 2019, he pitched an immaculate inning against the Rays, and last year he got into one game for Milwaukee and gave up 2 runs in 2.2 innings in relief. He has a 5.46 lifetime ERA and 118.2 innings pitched in the major leagues. Who is Lil G?
Who is Little G? We have somebody guessed Colton Brewer. That is incorrect.
Yeah, you like my morning zoo voice?
Yeah, very good. You're hired for the Sun Ranto show. Dominic Galoro says, getting major league movie vibes with this year's team. I mean, they're all in their 30s. They all a lot of them played in Korea or Japan, you know, so there's something there. They had some success there. Little Yumper says it's Little G. He's guessing his nickname. Correct.
Well, I mean, I can't believe that nobody went with Gerber. We just found out that there may or may not be somebody named Gerber. His nickname is Lil G. The only thing we know about Gerber is that it's a baby. Lil G, Gerber baby. It absolutely must be Thomas Penhone.
Johnny Wang says it's Daniel Descalso. Unfortunately, you're correct. No, just kidding. It's Thomas Panatone. No, I mean, sorry. Thomas Panone. I don't know how to say his name. I'm not going to learn until he makes the team. I think that's fair.
It's spelled P-A-N-N-O-N-E. So I'm going to say Pan None.
Pan None. Well, hopefully he pans out. And you had something to add about pan on, pan off, didn't you?
Yeah, I think he was a starter. Just, you know, a little bit more information about what he was doing last year. He was a starter for the Kia Tigers over the last couple of years. So he played like 14 games last season and 16 the year before, something like that. This year, the Kia Tigers missed the KBO postseason by 1 game. So he's practically a Cub already.
Oh, yeah. It's like the exact same thing. When I hear you say Kia Tigers, I imagine a little league team named the Tigers who are sponsored by the local Kia dealership.
Well, this is a KBO team called the Tigers that is literally owned by the Kia Corporation and has all of their money behind them.
Well, I own a Kia, so I'm already a big fan.
There you go.
I would buy another Kia in a heartbeat. Jeff
I own a Nokia.
Oh, in what? 1998?
Yeah. I've got a 27-year-old phone.
Jeff Berta asked, he took steroids? Yes. Yes, he did. And he was suspended for 80 games, but that was back in 2018. I'm sure he's clean now. No doubt in my mind.
I mean, we don't know if it was steroids, to be fair. I mean,
well, no, we do. I read what it was. Yeah. No, I read what it was. It was steroids. All right. And you know, this guy's not that bad. I mean, I'll put up his numbers real quick.
This guy's not that bad. He's so good. We signed him to a minor league deal.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but he could help us out. I don't know. He's got some experience. He spent a little time getting right in Korea. And I don't know.
It's a minor league deal with a spring training invite. So you're always going to have a few of these who are guys who are kind of on the edge and have to prove it a little bit. So he could very easily end up on the major league roster by opening day if he performs well in the spring.
In other words, what Bernie Barron says, bottom of the dumpster. Precisely. All right. The next guy, I will, oh man, I don't have it to put up for some reason, but I will read it. Nicknamed the Bear. Actually, let's skip this one and I'll find it to put up. And then because I want IFG to do this one. I'll do the next guy, which this 31-year-old hasn't played a game in the major leagues since the year the Cubs won the World Series. The Cubs are his 5th MLB organization, but he's only seen playing time with 2 teams. But he is the cousin of Ronald Acuna Jr. and Vicente Campos, plus 2 other cousins who play in the MLB with the same last name. His father, Jose, played with the Indians in 1991, and his arm type was also lacking last year for the Cubs. In other words, he's a lefty. So they signed him from Japan, where he played for Yokohama and the Nippon Ham Fighters over the last 7 years, where he had a 3.17 ERA and 392 innings pitched. Who is he? Do we get some guesses out here?
Extra hint for a short time, he was a teammate of Shohei Ohtani's.
Johnny Wang says future Chicago dog.
Likely. He'll probably spend a little time with Zambrano.
Here's another hint. He shares the first name with another very famous Cub who played for lots of baseball teams.
Very true.
Oh, we got a winner.
Yeah, Alex Anderson. Edwin Escobar.
We're going to not look at the question mark. I don't think that's fair. You can't like Escobar.
It was a typo. It was a typo. I mean, nobody's gotten any of these, which actually that bodes pretty poorly for our season, I think. But I'm putting up his numbers here. Edwin Escobar. I mean, he really did he's an older guy. He had a lot of success in MPB in Japan and 3.17 ERA, nearly 400 innings. That's nothing to sneeze at. And I don't know.
And for the record, the Yokohama DNA Bay Stars, he's played with for 7 years. He was only with the Nippon Ham Fighters for half a season. Where did I go with that? Oh, they're in the Central League, which is the only remaining professional league on Earth where the pitchers have to hit.
Johnny Weck says we missed one detail, so let us know what that is. Or he's related to Pablo. He might as well be. He's all of his. He's got 17 cousins that play in MLB, and so.
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
I don't think he ever had an at bat. I have to look that up. Actually.
Related to Pablo Escobar.
Here's another bad thing about these guys is that in Baseball Reference, almost to a man, they are all wearing a hat for a team they never played for. That's always a bad sign for a guy.
I think there was another fact that we forgot. And maybe I'm mistaken, maybe this is the wrong guy, but wasn't he really good friends with Shohei Ohtani? Wasn't he going to help us get Shohei on the Cubs?
I mean, I may have exaggerated slightly. He played on the team with him for 14 games. Come on, let me have that.
So they're best friends, is what you're saying.
So that's what he has on his Twitter bio.
Here's
best friends with Shohei Ohtani.
Exactly.
He's got one picture with him. Shohei's like actually in the background.
It's a selfie. So here's the next one. IFG, I want you to do this guy.
All right. Nicknamed the Bear. In 2013, he was named the 88th best prospect by Baseball America. He played for 5 other MLB teams, and in 2015 was traded for JT Realmuto, where he homered in his debut with his new team. He was clocked with the second highest sprint speed against those at his position and played in the World Baseball Classic in 2017 for his native Colombia. That year, he topped the leaderboards in framing. In his 8 years in MLB, his lifetime slash line is 252, 302, 393, though last year between Colorado and Boston, it was 146, 212, 292.
Yikes. Any guesses out there? Here we go. Right away. Jeff Berger, that Jorge guy. I mean, can we just say Jorge guy, or do we need like the full name here?
No, he added to it.
Jorge A something. About Jorge Alfaro. There's that sexy man.
Right.
Patrick Leahy got the whole name there.
Jorge loves his mother. He hit a pinch hit walk-off dinger in Mother's Day pink. Isn't that a pretty picture?
Oh, it's so nice. And I think he's nicknamed the Bear because everybody wants to see his bare chest.
Well, I mean, he's a sexy man. Like, if he ends up with the team, it means everything went wrong with Gomes and with Amaya. So, if he comes to the team, yeah, Jesus Mauricio says he looks like Aquaman. Very much so. Yes, we did cite Aquaman. So, you're going to need that third guy throughout the year. Something the Cubs kind of were missing for a while. PJ Higgins was that guy for a while. Apparently now he's a Red. And, I think it was a good signing to have him around. Veteran dude. You know how we love backup catchers. I'm a fan. I like him more than the first guy, Joe Hudson, which, by the way, I have another picture of Joe Hudson here. Here he's in front of his car dealership, Joe Hudson's Collision Center.
Oh my goodness.
And he apparently likes to dress up like
hold on,
old-timey Civil War Mountie. I didn't know the Mounties
what are you
fought in
talking
the
about?
Civil War.
Old-time Civil War. He is clearly Santa Claus in his summer job as a Canadian Mountie.
At Joe Hudson's Collision Center. Very strange. Okay, here's the last one.
He's getting the sleigh worked on.
So the good job, everybody. You guys are doing great out there. So here's the last one. Do you want to do this one, Michael?
Sure.
All right.
I got it. All right. This Texan counts the Cubs as his sixth organization and was once traded for former Cubs great Esteban Quiroz. He spent most of his MLB career on the East Coast playing for rival teams, but spent most of the last year in Japan pitching 12.1 innings. I don't know if that's most of a year, but sure. 12.1 innings for Hanshin with a 2.38 ERA and a K rate over 11.7 per 9 innings, which is amazing because he barely broke 9 innings. Now he's bringing his 94-mile-per-hour cutter and swing and miss slider to Chicago, well, Des Moines, with his 4.98 career ERA in nearly 100 Major League Baseball innings pitched under his belt.
We already have a correct answer.
Is this guy?
We got a correct answer from Tom Cooper was the first one in there. It is Colton Brewer. So now 2 Brewers are Cubs. You got Craig Counsell and you got Colton here. Johnny Wang got it too, Colton Brewer. And Roberto Ramos, otherwise known as Captain Cubbo, incorrect with the answer Tom Selleck. I'm sorry, that was incorrect. But I could see why you'd think so. So Colton, I said he played for rivals. You said he played for rivals. Here he is as a Yankee, all clean shaven. And there he is as a Red Sox with the beard. What do you prefer? Bearded, right?
Beard. Yeah.
He just looks like that's my biggest problem with the Yankees and their little fascist hair situation. Like they all look the same and there's no names on the back of the jersey. We're literally, how the hell are we supposed to know who any of these people are?
Yeah, exactly. The only reason anybody knows who Judge is because he's like 84 feet tall and he's 400 pounds. So
well, Judge kind of looks like, if Christian Yelich had giganticism.
Yeah. No, interesting fact, Colton Brewer, before he went to Japan to play, he was trying to get the job as Bernie Brewer. That's why he actually grew that beard.
But no, just a mustache.
The Scandinavians in Milwaukee didn't like that it was so dark red.
A little too dark, a little too red for their taste. They're like, I think that guy's a Scotchman. So here's his numbers, and not a lot. I mean, 100 innings in the major leagues, just about 99.1. 4.98 ERA, so it's under 5 these days. Like that's like a $7 million arm somehow. In the minors, he had about a 4 ERA. In the foreign leagues, he was barely there, 2.19. And he looks like Mac from Sunny in Philadelphia in the Red Sox hat. So, yeah, he kind of does.
He could totally be Mac.
So great job, everybody. You guys, as we moved along, people started guessing these dudes as they opened Baseball Reference and started looking up who the Cubs had signed. Well, that's who we signed.
They started guessing them because when we started, there was like, I don't know, maybe 6 names it could have been. And by the time we got done, there was only like 2 choices. Like it was not that hard by the end of this little game here.
So, just one more bit of good news before we take a slight commercial break, and that is our man, Christopher Morel, was named Gentleman of the Year in the Dominican Winter League. And IFG, you kind of explained that this is a player chosen award, and you can see him there with his hardware.
Yeah, I think that's a photo of him with one of the Dominican Series championship trophies from a couple of years ago. But this, I
think I want that jersey.
Man, I love the Aguilas jerseys. I need to get my hands on one.
That yellow is nice.
But yeah, no, you can see here on the announcement here, and my Spanish is notably terrible. I had really great grades in high school, but I'm not like great. But basically, he was named Caballero del Año, and it was chosen by his peers. So this is a player voted award for his spirit and companionship and his talent on and off the field.
Yeah, I can pretty much.
Notably, Christopher is a very, very good boy.
Yeah. And you also brought up, because In the Clutch has their Morel Destroyer shirt, and you're like, he's not a destroyer. He's a builder of loving relationships and friendships.
He is the guy who's going to come up and hug the catcher and then hit a walk-off home run and shake the first baseman's hand on his way around the bases.
Yeah, it's true. But he does destroy baseballs, and Jesus Mauricio says, certified good guy. Absolutely.
Certified good guy. Hey, In the Clutch. Make me a Morel Gentleman of the Year shirt.
He's absolutely got superstar written all over him. People like him. He's electric when the camera gets to him. Like, it just, man, I don't know I don't know what's going on, why they're not getting this guy. But
he's so fun. Look at that face. How do you not love that face?
IFG, you put out the video where they were talking to all the players, and all the players were saying, yeah, Christopher Morel. And when I first listen to that, I made the mistake because my Spanish is okay, not great, but Caballero I thought meant like cowboy.
Yeah,
and
it's like
I was
cowboy.
really confused as to why they were saying Christopher Morel is the cowboy of the year.
It's both. It is cowboy.
Think of it as like he's the
it is cowboy,
but it's also vaquero.
It's cowboy. It's also knight.
Yeah, knight and vaquero is also cowboy too.
Right,
Okay,
so
hey,
and
you know what?
Kind of
I
like
know
a chivalry
Yumper.
award.
We got Yumper. We got Roberto Ramos in the chat here. Help me out. Where was I at when I was like, this is a weird thing that they're saying that he's a cowboy? But
no,
you guys are saying it's
both.
Multiple different things. What does it mean to actual native speakers and not the 3 white people?
It depends on what country you're in. But yeah, I would like to know in the chat too from a native speaker. But buy the Destroyer shirt in the Clutch, and we will work on getting other Morel shirts made like Caballero del Año, which would be freaking awesome. We'll suggest that to them. We might even have it next week. But
maybe we'll make a few of them. One will be him in like a tuxedo because he's a gentleman. One will be in a 10-gallon hat like a cowboy. One will be in a suit of armor. You won't even be able to tell it's him.
So we're gonna do, before we go to commercial break, we have a new little segment we want to do called there it is, Caballero, a Spanish or Mexican gentleman, or in the southwestern US, a horseman. Very cool. So we're gonna do a little bit before we go to commercial break. This is called who's that cub?
Levy. It roughly translates to DH in National League.
Or third baseman, I'm told.
I would say third baseman. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, who's that Cub? And so we're gonna need your answers in the chat for this by the time we get back from commercial break. So you want to share who this Cub might be?
Yeah, I got it. Hold on. We've got a special thing, and I have to give credit to IFG. She came up with this idea. It was a good idea. If any of you ever watched Pokemon, before they went to the commercial, they would show the outline of the Pokemon, and you had to figure out who it was. So here we go.
Who's that Cubby?
Who is that Cubby? Take a look. Take a gander. There it is. We're going to let you know who it is when we come back. And we will talk about Ranter Fest, which is going to be a huge festival that we're going to throw this next year. And we're going to take a couple spins of the bitch clock. So stay tuned, and we will be right back after this short commercial break. We shall return. All over Chicagoland, there are thirsty, frazzled, overworked Cubs podcasters who are struggling to survive one more baseball season in the dog-eat-dog world of unpaid content creation. But it doesn't have to be this way. You can make a difference. Become a super ranter at patreon.com/sunranto, where your support ensures that poor, sad, pathetic, ugly, loser Cubs podcasters can pay for tickets and beer, and in turn line the pockets of the baseball oligarch Ricketts family. Just $1 a month can buy a scorecard. $5 a month can pay for guitar strings to write a Cubs song. And $10 a month almost buys one beer at Wrigley Field. Cubs content creators are the lowest pieces of pond scum garbage that slither over the face of this planet. But super ranters help them get drunk and screw off at baseball games. What do you get out of it? The Sun Ranto Show delivered to your podcatcher without stupid advertisements like the one you're seeing and hearing right now. Plus, at other Super Ranter levels, you can get Cubs music, access to private Sun Ranto pages, the Ranter calendar, and special thanks and Ranter recognition in our live broadcasts. Plus, eligibility for monthly prizes. What does Sun Ranto get out of it? Your money. For tickets and beer. Go to patreon.com/sunranto. That's patreon.com/sunranto. And become a super ranter today. If you're like most... If you like the Cubs a bunch, buy your t-shirts from In the Clutch. We've got all the best styles for you. Dansby, Saya, Morel too. Clark Fly in his double U. Cody Bellinger, smoking dupes. Vintage shirts from days of old. Patrick Wisdom and Nico. You'll look sharp wearing your strobe. 10% off with the code SONRANTO. SONRANTO. InTheClutch.com is your store for the most fun baseball shirts on the planet. Don't forget to use promo code SUNRANTO to knock a couple bucks off your purchase. Stack or die, we need more cups. Get it all at In the Clutch. Cause if you like the Cubs a bunch, buy t-shirts from In the Clutch. Get it all at In the Clutch. Get it all at In the Clutch. We are back. Okay, did we have any correct answers? Yes, we did. We had a few answers for who is that Cub. Who was that Cub, Michael Cotton?
It was, as many people knew right away, because we did the easy one first, Craig Counsell.
Yeah. IFG showing off her new Counsell jersey. Happy birthday again, IFG. Happy Merry Christmas. This was the kind of the Christmas present from the Sun Ranto show / birthday present, because I thought it would be great when you came to Ranter Fest this June and at the end of May, that when we go up to Miller Park to watch the Cubs play the Brewers that you'd be wearing a Craig Counsell jersey and trolling the hell out of Milwaukee.
Look,
Like
if
a
it's the
champ.
only thing we have to dig into their faces next season, I'm going to get the most I can out of it.
A lot of correct answers in the chat. Big Chris Cubs says Craig Counsell. Bernie Barron had Counsell. Patrick Levy had Counsell. Mr. Fourth Row. DJR said the manager. John Pincus says my favorite skinny nerd Counsell. Yeah, everybody got Counsell. So good job. He's got a pretty significantly strange batting stance, though.
Yeah, we've talked about it before. David Loss's replacement. Yep.
And hashtag chance in the chat for.
We figured for the first time out, we would do a nice, easy one. And I couldn't think of an easier silhouette to guess than Craig Counsell batting.
It's funny the David Loss's replacement. So so on Wednesdays, I go to my local pub for trivia night, and I've got a big thing going. If you follow me on Twitter, maybe you've seen it. But every time I go to trivia night, I set our team name as some kind of baseball pun. We've been the Craig Counsell sellouts, and we've been the Los Angeles Tax Dodgers. And last night we were Auld Lang Syne someone.
Oh, God. Absolutely.
And I just want to point this out because some of the guys, we have kind of a friendly rivalry going on with another team there who are known as the Sluts, which is short for the South Lake Union Trolley. If you're in Seattle, you know. And one of the sluts on the team, I've been calling not David Ross since the day that we met him. And there he is right there. There's our buddy, not David Ross.
He kind of looks like Ryan Dempster.
He is if Ryan Dempster and David Ross had a baby.
Yikes.
And that baby was older than both of them right now.
Patrick Levy writes in that he would like a shirt with a picture of a drunk shirtless Crawley at Wrigleyville North on it. And I think that could maybe be worked out at some point. There he is. In the Clutch does make great shirts, 10% off with code Ranto. And they actually made this Bleacher Bum Band shirt that I love wearing all the time. It's going to fit our new 90s aesthetic that we're coming up with for the 2024 season. And another shirt that we've been working on, I'm really excited about. And first of all, hashtag chance in the chat to go with your brand new Frank Chance shirt. Take a chance. These are prototypes. We're working out the kinks, but I think this is really cool.
I like that one a lot. And I will say one of the things I really like about it is his jersey. I want one of those jerseys. I love
those are gorgeous.
They are so hard to find. I think, Danny, you may have gotten one at it was like a giveaway.
Yeah.
At some point, but didn't have the collar on it. It was more of a regular jersey, but it had that Chicago right down the front.
Yeah, you have to have that Chris Sale cuttable collar.
The cuttable. That would be very funny if they had a shirt. There was a Chris Sale cuttable collar, and it was just like a shredded T-shirt.
Jeff says he wants one now. Me too. I want one too. I will order it as soon as it comes out, and we're close on it. Just making a few minor adjustments, and we'll be good. They sponsor In the Clutch sponsors this show. They sponsor all the prizes, the Patreon prize of the month that you could be eligible for at patreon.com/sunranto. Also be eligible to hang out with us in the Discord after the show. And they're going to give away shirts to Patreon prizes. They give us 10% off with their code Sunranto. And we have a new sponsor for the prizes on the Sunranto show now. And it is our great friend. I don't know why we didn't do this before, but Matt Kammerer has come on and said that with Permanent Paintings, which is his Etsy store, that once a month he's adding to our Patreon prize of the month, and we're giving away a Ron Santo print from his store. So very cool. This is part of his map series. So this is
amazing
prize of the month. all the more reason to join Patreon today and be a part of it, because it's just the way we like to give back. But it's in an Etsy store. It's called Permanent Paintings. I will drop the link in the chat right now. That is Matt Kammerer's store. He's got amazing Cubs art, and
I love this. I mean, look, this show is called the Son Ranto Show. We're all huge Ron Santo fans. It's kind of that double picture, one of him clicking his heels and the other one him sort of batting from his baseball card. Man, that's such a good looking picture.
Gorgeous. I need to add that to my Matt Kammerer collection.
Well, maybe you can win the Patreon prize of the month.
I've got Kyle Schwarber up here in the map series. I've got my Kerry Wood over here. My Pedro
I
Strophe.
sent Carrie Bronner Meyer that Kyle Schwarber Chicago Fire map series for Secret Rancher.
Very cool. So yeah, and I've got a few up here too, including one of my own face. So this was a gift to me by my wife, and of my own face over the map of Chicago. It's actually a gangland map, Chicago's gangland. Very cool. He also, this is an original Javi Baez up here. That is an original. I just sent a print of that to my nephew for Christmas because he had a different Javi, this one, and it got ruined in a move. So so I got him this one instead now, and I'll just give him this one eventually, probably. But he got this one because he wanted this one more. And I had a conversation with him over Christmas, and I said, it's really a shame that your favorite player is a guy that hasn't been on the team for 3 years, and we got to change that. So he agreed.
He said, tell me who the Cubs signed. Maybe I'll pick one of those guys.
Yeah, I'm like,
and
sorry.
Danny hung up the phone, and they haven't talked since.
Exactly.
just like Jed Hoyer has done to every agent in the league right now.
So real quick, before we get to the bitch clock, I want to talk about Ranter Fest. And this is just a save the date sort of thing. On the weekend of May 31st, June 1st, June 2nd, the Reds come into town for a Friday day game, a Saturday night game, and a Sunday day game. On either end of that, they're playing the White Sox starting on the Tuesday on the south. Is it that south side or north side? I forget. Either way, it's right after.
Sox? Oh, you mean where they're playing?
Yeah, I'd forget if it's south or north. But then they got the Brewers right before that. So they got a series with the Brewers in the week. Then they play home against the Reds. And it's probably, I would guess, the home series, but who knows? Anyway, we're going to throw a huge party. It is Son Ranto's 1000th episode. It's not really, we're probably way over that because we didn't count really. And then at some point I just like put an arbitrary number in there that was about right. And
I believe we're at about 6,969.
Yeah.
Nice.
We should,
that's what I'm guessing.
Nice. We should, I can't wait we should have lied and said that it's our 69,000 or 69,699. No, I don't know. I don't know. No, sorry, numbers. 69,696th episode and 96 cents.
Danny, that was so weird. You tried to make a 69 joke, but you got all turned around.
I know I did. I put a 90. I know I got turned upside down on myself. So anyway, giant festival. IFG's coming in. Michael Cotton's coming in. Crawley's going to be a big part of it. Already talked to him about it. We're going to do a live episode, probably on the 1st in the afternoon. Johnny Onomatopoeia might be coming in. Also, Billy DeVore, because they're playing the Reds, he's coming in. Eric Wheeler's coming in. Joe Kilgallen said he wants to be a part of it. So I think we're going to do a comedy night. Probably maybe on the Friday night, or maybe we'll do it after the game on the Saturday. I'm not sure how it's going to work. All the details will come, but it's going to be a huge thing. So stay. Corey Furlong says, looking at places to stay now. It's going to be so much fun. Bleacher Bum Band's going to play. Michael, you had some ideas about maybe trying to get a 16-inch softball game going in the park or something.
Yeah. Okay. So, we want to build on some of the listeners and people watching took part in the old John Baker Day. We'd love to do that at some point too, but that was really just, we'd get together and we'd go to the bar and we'd hang out, and it was fun. But we're trying to do something actually more inclusive for families and stuff on Saturday. So like a 16-inch softball game. I would actually, if anybody can help me out, go ahead and hit me up at michael.cotton@protonmail.com, because I'm looking for a batting cage and one of those like a pitching cage that measures how fast you can throw pitches. I think it'd be fun to have those things available, and we could sort of keep track of who does the best with some of them.
Yeah, we're going to try some skill competitions and stuff. We haven't worked out the details and stuff, but we're going to try to do stuff outside. We're going to have places to have some drinks.
The whole daytime thing is going to be family friendly. So, if you do have families, don't think that like, I can't really go because we're just going to be listening to, awesome.
Well, we'll work out the details. I'm not sure how family totally friendly. There might be an event or two, but like the problem with Wrigley Field is there's nowhere to go.
Hanging out.
There's nowhere to go.
For kids to do.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go except a bar. The parks charge you money if you have too many people. You need a permit. I mean, there's all sorts of issues when you deal with the city of Chicago, but we're going to work out all the details. Mostly what I want everybody to do is save the date. We're going to probably get some group tickets because I don't really see any other way to do it unless we all just get bleacher tickets and not sit together. But I think it'd be fun to get group tickets for this one, even if we sit in nosebleeds in the cheapest seats. Like, we'll just take it all over and have a good time. We'll probably get T-shirts made. Once we figure out what everything's going to cost, because we got to make it worth Eric's while, Billy's while to perform for us and stuff like that. They're coming in from far away. Would love to fly them in. So we're trying to cover some costs here with this stuff. So it's going to cost something, but not too much. It's not going to be $100 or something like that. But, we're probably going to try to raise money for it. So it's just going to be a huge event. I just want to make sure that everybody knows that it's that weekend and you should plan on being in Chicago. The last thing that it is my 50th birthday. Yay. I am 50 years old on May 12th. Cubs are out of town. It's also Mother's Day. I figure let's just roll this into 1,000th episode, 50th birthday. Everybody's going to come around. We'll get a big venue. We'll all hang out, have a good time, watch a Cubs game. So,
yes, and it will be IFG and I will not be 50. That'll be also a thing to celebrate. That we are not as old as Danny.
So, bitch clock time, huh? Let's give a couple spins of the wheel. We had a lot of, there's a lot of bitching on Twitter. In fact, it's almost like on Twitter, the Cub fans, it's almost like a loveless relationship right now, because at first they were really upset and everybody was all like hot and bothered and tweeting out their angry thoughts all the time about the lack of offseason. And now it's really quieted down. And I feel like we just don't talk anymore. Like it's like just it's a bad relationship where people are not, they're in an abusive relationship with the Chicago Cubs. So we have quite a few bitches in our wheel of grievances. Allow me to share my screen quickly. Here's the wheel of grievances that we have. I'll list them off to you. We have that the Reds outspent the Cubs by $100 million.
Only 100 million.
Yeah, 100 million to zero. Getting counsel and coaches, and that's it. Chris Salato actually wrote this one in about, he wants to know our thoughts on ball hammock underwear. Randomly, which I didn't really know what ball hammock underwear was. And then I learned, and let me share with you my favorite pair of ball hammock underwear real quick. And what do you think of these? These squirrel leaf autumn underpants. Here's what the ball hammock action looks like.
Oh, it's actually got a thing to. So for the podcast listeners, we're looking at a picture of underwear that inside has a pocket of sorts to put your sack. No, yeah. Danny, you don't put your sack in a sack. You put your sack in a pocket.
Well, yeah. It says help stop the family jewels from getting crushed in the grundle. So he wants to know our thoughts on that.
I do not have a grundle in my underwear, by the way. I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what a grundle is.
IFG, this is for you. Is it grundle like an old English poem or something like that?
I
think she's looking it up.
Goodness.
Beowulf.
I had to look it
Beowulf
up. It is apparently a vernacular term for the perineal area.
Oh, no, I got you.
No, but
I don't want to. I don't want to know because
fight grundle. I'm looking.
I tain't want to say it on this show. Let me tell you that much. So, here's some more bitches. The new Wrigley roof, which I didn't even know there was one, that was brought up by Bill Elliott. He said the roof has been replaced, and I walk by it every day. I had no idea. I saw that there were cranes and scaffolding, but I didn't know what they're doing. John Pincus.
It was Grendel. Sorry, Grendel.
Yeah.
John Pincus wants to know why the NBA has more stars than the MLB. The Atlanta Braves and how they can trade and extend. They made the bitch clock. The effing Dodgers. Who did the Braves sign? They just signed or they traded for someone big. I'm drawing a blank. Somebody tell me in the chat right now. The effing Dodgers made the bitch clock, and the Cubs lack of velocity in their pitching staff. So who wants to take a first spin of the bitch clock?
Everybody's saying the Braves got Sale.
Sale, yeah, Chris Sale. Oh yeah, I just brought up Chris Sale and his stupid jersey cutting. Anyway, so Wheel of Names, I'm gonna give it a spin. I guess I'll take the first slot here in the Wheel of Grievances.
Ball hammock underwear.
Ball hammock underwear. All right. God damn it. I was really hoping this one wasn't going to come up. Damn it. All right. Here we go.
Bitch clock. You have 30 seconds to bitch.
The thing about ball hammock underwear is it's kind of redundant. Like, you don't need anywhere extra to put your sack. Just wear the proper underwear that fits you. They make all different kinds. You don't need an extra little pouch to put them in. In fact, that sounds really uncomfortable. And in fact, it's probably just some way that that men that think they have small willies want to make their willy look bigger.
Stop your bitching.
That's probably true, Danny. If you put the sack in the pouch, it puts everything up front.
It's like the push-up
makes that all look bigger.
It's like a push-up bra for men.
Yeah, in the 15 seconds that I've spent researching this issue, that's obviously near and dear to my heart. They say it's something like putting yourself in a male equivalent of a sports bra. So whereas, if people with my anatomy go running, we need some extra protection so that things don't go bouncing around and end up in uncomfortable situations. And apparently this ball hammock underwear allows you to avoid doing things like sitting uncomfortably.
Okay, yeah. Dominic says helps with chafing.
Okay, but I mean, that's just like those underwear that Danny showed were just boxer brief underwear. That's what those do. Anyway, by themselves without an extra pocket. And if they're not working that way, just buy them slightly smaller than you're supposed to get them if you really want to tuck those things in tight.
Yeah, there's ways to round it, and But hey, I'm not going to begrudge anybody their underwear.
Back to the 50s, and you get a fucking jock strap. I don't recommend anybody getting
those are
very uncomfortable.
No, they're not great.
They're horrible looking. They aren't comfortable. The only time I've really worn a jockstrap for any extended period of time was when I got my vasectomy, and I didn't get laid the entire time.
I wore a dance belt. I actually took ballet class.
That's because of the vasectomy too.
Yeah, you're not supposed to. Yeah, I've worn a dance belt, also not comfortable. I took ballet class when I was in musical theater school. I,
Now,
those
Danny, what is a dance belt? Because look, most
jock
people.
strap for ballet people, basically.
What's that? I mean, so
Same thing.
what's the
You've seen it.
difference?
You see Barishnikov, they got to tuck in the guys, otherwise you get distracted from the dancing.
Look, I haven't seen a lot of ballet, but what ballet I have seen, nothing's tucked. Everything. I believe that they're the ones that created the hammock, the underwear hammock, because that shit is out front for everyone to see.
The dance belt provides a cleaner line, so you're not seeing, mice running around in anybody's pants.
My lord, it's the worst invention ever. Then, because I mean, I'm sorry, it's one of the few things that I see in those situations. Like,
can I bring up one more thing about underwear? Because as I was searching around, I was like, I wonder if there's a Cubs hammock underwear. And I could not find it, but I did find these. What do you think of these? I could not pull these off, but these are just wild. And I'm going to drop the link to them in the chat because I want somebody to buy these and take a picture of them wearing them. And I will buy them for you.
For the people who are listening afterwards and don't have this vision of beauty in front of their face, these are the baby blue pinstripes with the word Chicago in big shiny friendly letters across the butt.
Which is actually better than juicy.
And then right down the left leg, you see like how to explain
wallet
this?
chain.
Like they borrowed Javi Baez's biggest silver chain and then hung a shiny Cubs logo from it.
Yeah, it is wild.
That's the thing. Outside of the chain, I'm on board. I'm okay. And then I see that there's this fake like medallion hanging from the leg, and I just lost it.
Alex Anderson in the chat says that's not where the jewels go.
Exactly. A little misplaced. Yeah, maybe that guy needs a ball hammock. Put that in place. So we can move on from underwear. I think this was actually Chris Salato's plan to derail the show by putting that in and good job. You did it.
Over the Flava Flav Cubs logo, swinging on the front of the. I don't know.
IFG, how about I throw you in the bitch clock seat? What do you say? All right, here we go. We're gonna take a another spin.
We're gonna go ahead and remove
the wheel of grievance. Oh yeah, we should probably take that. Well, here we go. The Braves being able to trade and extend. It is baseball related for once. The Braves being able to trade and extend their stars.
Bitch clock, you have 30 seconds to bitch.
Hot dog, don't I wish that the Cubs would make a trade and then not be afraid to actually extend people before they reach free agency. What if, for example, we had thrown Cody Bellinger enough money to tell Scott Boras no thanks, he doesn't want to hit free agency, then we wouldn't be in this position right now. I'm very frustrated. Please trade. Please sign somebody. Do anything.
Stop your bitching.
Exactly. Oh man. Yeah, I totally agree. I thought about this the other day about the trade concept and that is that we have 1 million young outfielders that are our prospects. And we all want them to sign Cody Bellinger to play center, at which point outfield is completely locked up.
Right.
Left field is Hap, no trade clause. Right field, Seiya, no trade clause. Center field's now going to be Cody Bellinger. He'll play a little first base, but you got PCA coming, and then you've got everybody else behind him. Alcantara is behind him, plays the outfield. Like, where are you going to put him? So, I don't know, just something to think about.
Here's the thing that I was thinking about with Atlanta and the way that they're able to extend their young guys is that they do it before they are super sought after, or that they think that they can get more money. Danny, you put out a Cubs pod Christmas Day. I think you were driving, or
Oh yeah, my driving one. Yeah.
yeah, the driving one. You're come back from Cincinnati, and you made a very good point about how these young men are just happy to know where all their money is coming from, right? They have
100%.
money in the future, it's coming to them. And honestly, that's what Atlanta's doing. They're drafting and developing guys that they truly believe in. And then they are giving them the money. And everybody's like, well, how can you get Ronald Acuna for that low of a price? Well, it's because he's still got a number of years left before he would hit free agency. And they are showing him, you are going to have this money in the future. They are making sure he is taken care of. The Cubs do not do this. They
No.
just don't care. They're
No.
just like, no, we're
feels
going to
even
wait
worse
until the
than that.
last year or the
It feels-
last minute.
It feels even worse than that to me. It feels to me like the soon as a young Cub starts showing some real promise, they actively try to hold them back. We're gonna string you out as long as possible. We're gonna make sure that you get as paid as little as possible. We're gonna screw with your playing time so nobody knows how good you are. Like because what? Because it's gonna cost them a little bit of money. It's gonna hamper them when they try to sign Mike Trout's baby in 2039. I have no idea what they're saving all their money for. The Ricketts have more money than God. We are one of the largest markets in all of baseball. And not only can we not sign free agents, but we also can't pay and extend our promising prospects either. In fact, what was the payroll of everybody who we got rid of on Blue Friday when they won the World Series?
Yeah.
It-
it was really,
They were
like,
getting
it
paid
was-
fucking peanuts, right?
Yeah.
And then once, they started actually making money, they're like, oh no, we're not broke 108-year-old curse, but no, we're not going to pay you now that you are at a point in your career where you can start demanding money.
Well,
We're just
and there are people out there who will tell you that they did make real offers to those guys at that time. Here's the difference. They waited until they
Mhm.
had what they wanted out of them before they went for it. And what you were saying about holding the guys back, Chris Bryant is the biggest mistake they ever made was holding him back for 12 days for no reason.
Yep.
And ruining that, because why doesn't he want to take that deal? Probably because he doesn't want to be around them anymore. I wouldn't want to. But Danny also made this great point that when you grow up and you don't have a ton of money, or you get to an adult and you find out that your future is starting to get taken care of, you are going to jump on that. And
Absolutely.
that's what they're doing. A Major League Baseball player's career in general, the average career is very low. So if you have guys that you really believe in, you should be doing what the Braves are doing. And then on the flip side of that, the Braves have good players with reasonable contracts that if they aren't as good as they want them to be and they want to trade them for something, other people might take that contract and trade you somebody for them because they're like, well, maybe we can make this work with this guy, right? You can do that, but you have to have the foresight to understand what's going to happen. You have to be able to talk to these kids and explain to them how it's going to work. And the Cubs just don't do that. It's super frustrating.
Here's the thing for me. The vast majority of Chris Bryant's Cubs career, we sat on social media worrying and arguing and debating about when he was going to be traded and for who the entire time he was on the team, because there was no point where the Cubs were very clearly going to pay him to be comfortable in his role as face of the team.
Yeah. No, they
And-
never put the
and
money behind the guy. you know?
Exactly. And like, what would Chris Bryant have turned into if instead of the constant battle between his agent in the front office and the media and all the questions and all this other stuff, what if he didn't have all that psychological nonsense going on all of those years? Like,
He might
how
actually still
different
enjoy
is
playing
the
baseball.
play?
Yeah.
He might actually still enjoy playing baseball. Because, like, right now, it feels like Chris Bryant does not enjoy playing baseball. He plays it like it's his job.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's give the last two thoughts on this to
Well,
our ranters.
Well, we need we need a bitch clock out of you, my friend.
We'll
not
hit it real quick. Jesus Mauricio says, I question the Braves donated a percentage to their charity. I do as well. That is a little odd, but there's some tax thing. And then Robert Sanchez Jr. says, Braves don't have a single Boris client to the best of my knowledge. That may be. And if that's the case, then I mean,
there's something
you know
there.
how you make everybody stop being a Boris client is just stop hiring Boris guys.
I mean,
Sounds stupid.
I'm not getting into it.
Yeah.
So
It sounds dumb to me. You got to deal with the guy, but
I mean, it's kind of funny. Hey, somebody's got to stand up for the players, and at least he's doing it entertainingly. But yeah, he's a pain in the ass.
And I really do believe that every Boras client has a number where they tell Scott Boras, if they offer this, I'm not fighting anymore. I'm happy to play for this team.
Mm-hmm.
Boras works for the players. The players don't work for Boras.
Yeah. So here we go, Michael. Here's your wheel of grievances spin.
Oh, goodness.
What's it gonna be? Dun, dun, dun. The effing Dodgers. The effing Dodgers. You're the wrong guy to get this. You love the
I'm
Dodgers.
the wrong guy to get this. Send it up.
All right, let's see it. We gotta start again. Here we go.
Bitch clock, you have 30 seconds to bitch.
Everybody wants to say effing Dodgers. Fuck the Dodgers. Oh, we all hate the Dodgers. You're all fucking idiots. Everybody should be loving the Dodgers. The Dodgers are fucking doing it right. I'm not a Dodgers fan. I care less about Dodgers. Kind of assholes. But the way that they run their team is the way everybody should be running their team, especially if you're the fucking Chicago Cubs. It's not F the Dodgers, it's B the
Stop your bitching.
Be the Dodgers.
That was a fucking excellent ending, wasn't it?
Yeah.
No, not F the Dodgers, B the Dodgers.
Paging obvious shirts. Joe at Obvious needs to put up Be the Dodgers.
Yep.
I don't think it's
Don't
a big
F
seller.
the Dodgers, be the Dodgers.
Well, anyway, great job, everybody. We all did a wonderful job on Bitch Clock.
I'm calling victory for myself on that one, just for that final line. Just it.
Okay, fine. Here's your crowd. Let me put it on top of your head. I wish I could reach it over. We should get a fake hand so it looks like I could do that. That'd be fun.
It comes in from the wrong side.
So we're going to take a really quick break, just a minute long, and we're going to play a commercial for our shopping because that's where you can go to sunranto.com/shopping and also sunranto.com/stuff and shop at Amazon through our Amazon search bar and win a monthly prize, one of which we're going to give away tonight to the corresponding number of the item that was purchased. So that's exciting. We
love more than corresponding numbers.
Oh God, we love it. That's some baseball jargon right there. So we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
If you're like most Americans, you buy shit. Lots of shit. Sometimes you buy shit for other people. Sometimes you buy shit for yourself. And sometimes you buy shit you have to buy just to stay alive. So why not buy shit through the Sunranto affiliate? Links at sunranto.com/shopping. We've got tons of shit you can buy. Go to sunranto.com, click on the shopping link, then click our ads and buy shit. We've got Amazon. They've got tons of shit. But you can also buy MLB shit, NBA shit, NFL shit, Fans Ed shit, Southwest Airlines shit, Fanatic shit, Reebok shit, Wine of the Month shit, Beer of the Month shit, Bear Mattress shit, StubHub shit, Lid shit, Sports Memorabilia shit, Volcanica coffee shit, Vibrator shit, condom shit, bag shit, NHL shit, and Audible membership shit. There's a whole lot of shit that can help the Son Ranto Show stay on the air so we can keep talking shit. So buy shit today through sunranto.com/shopping. Thanks. Cubs Jesus thinks you're the shit.
And thank you to everybody who used our links at sunranto.com/shopping over the holiday season. And also to those who used our links at sunranto.com/stuff. One of you is about to win
That was a really fast break.
Now you're just getting older and it takes longer. So as you can see, we have this number wheel here.
Stops 4 times in the middle of it.
We have this, exactly. We have this, what you need is a hammock. What we we have numbers 1 through 41 corresponding to 41 Amazon items that were purchased. And we're going to give the wheel a spin here, and somebody's going to win. 1 through 41. Who's it going to be? It's going to be number 4. Number 4 is the winner. So let's see who that corresponds to. I've got the Amazon list right here. Number 4 would be the Oklahoma softball coach outfit softball play, whatever that means. Whoever bought the
what?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. Oklahoma softball coach outfit. Sometimes the descriptions are strange and they don't make any sense.
Yeah, I'm wondering like what the outfit is. Well, and what's weird is that Eli goes to Oklahoma, and when you started to say that, I thought maybe Emily had won something, but then you're like softball coach's outfit.
Well,
and I don't think it was her.
Okay, well, you win this little cute thermos of this little angry cub guy that I think is very cute, and you win this. So if you did buy that Oklahoma softball jersey, let me know. sunranto@gmail.com, @sunranto, at all the social medias, and I'll send it to you. So congratulations. Wanted to give, I know Cubs convention's next week. We'll talk about that next week, right before it. If you're going, I'm sure you already have your tickets if you want to go to it. Seems like it's a little bit of a dud since that the Cubs haven't signed anybody. I don't know how packed it's going to be. I know Crawley talked about it on our last show about how they're going to be just basically doing the autographs all differently.
Yeah, basically what they're doing is they took away the autograph like vouchers. So like you used to go, you get a voucher and it told you who you could get an autograph from and where to go at what time to like get it signed. And now they're like, it's first come, first serve, go and get in line, because then people aren't going to be like, oh man, I didn't get a voucher, I'm not going to go.
Yeah.
Well, or
they're all going to go because they're all going to go and get in line, and then it's going to be a big pain that took us.
They're just like not many people are coming to this thing. So
what's that, Michael?
No, I was saying, or they just think that not many people are coming, and if they are coming, may as well let them get everybody's autograph because the lines are going to be short.
You're going to get a lot more autograph hunters going solely to go stand in line for autographs because
totally agree.
Unlimited.
You got to get somebody.
In line for.
Yeah,
you got to get somebody to go.
So I was giving advice just the other day to somebody who is who's going to spring training for the first time. And Michael, I know you've been to spring training before, and I've gone a bunch of times. I used to have season tickets, went every year, but I just wanted to kind of give some of my picks and look a little bit forward because it is coming up, and I will be there. So if you are around, see the games that I'll be at, I believe are the what am I looking at here? Oh yeah. I will be there the 26th, 27th, through the 1st, 26th through March 1st, February 26th through March 1st. Now, that's very early in the season. If you're looking to save money, those are the games to go to. People don't have spring break yet. The college students aren't around. It's,
Danny, if you don't mind, I might try and get out there around the same time you're out there.
yeah, cool. Do it.
Sounds like fun. I got shit else to do.
Yeah. Come on out. Yeah, take a little time off and come on out and hang out. And I'm leaving, I think, on the 1st after the White Sox game. But I just kind of wanted to give this advice is that not all games are created equal. If you're going to a games like I'm going to midweek, early in the season, or very late in the season, those aren't going to be probably as expensive. Those midweek games, you could probably wait on getting your tickets and get them on like SeatGeek, where you can use code Ranto on your first time and get $20 off your purchase, or you can buy from the Cubs. Now, if you're going on the weekends, especially the weekend of St. Patrick's Day, 16th, 17th, that's who I was helping out with giving them advice. Buy your tickets now. Those games are going to sell out. You will be sitting on the grass if you wait for $150. And, if you got FU money, go right ahead and pay it. I don't care. But definitely use sunranto.com/tickets for your ticket needs when you do that. And then
if you have FU money,
join Patreon.
Use our thing and then send me money through Patreon.
Yeah. Funnel money, and then IFG will also be joining us at spring training when we buy her a ticket there.
And here's the other thing, Danny, isn't Club 400 got a tent and stuff out there? Are they going to be out there the whole month?
Yeah. The one thing that's really cool, is that Club 400 has a tent right next to the path where the players walk down.
Oh, cool.
And so you can pretty much get your picture taken. Like, we've got a bunch of Crawley hanging out with Michael Hermosillo, talking to him in Spanish, even though Michael Hermosillo doesn't speak Spanish. That's where that happened, was right along that path. A lot of the bigger stars will take a golf cart down to the game and just kind of pretend you don't exist as a fan. But and then I guess there's an underground tunnel they can also take. But some of the younger guys, they'll hang out. I bet you Morel walks down there and enjoys hanging out with everybody and stuff.
I'll bet everybody on the team comes down this year because, except for maybe Dansby. He's the only one that doesn't want people to see him because nobody knows who they are anymore.
Yeah. And the other thing that's kind of weird too about, well, it's not weird. It's the Cubs are really situated in a great place. They are in Mesa, which is right next to Tempe. So if you're staying Mesa, Tempe, or Scottsdale, you're going to be pretty close to Sloan Park there. You could see it on the map where I put it here. It's sort of east in the city of Phoenix. So if you're looking for a place to stay, you don't want to stay in downtown Phoenix. That's going to be kind of far away. You don't want to stay out in Glendale or something, because that's where the Dodgers play and the White Sox play. You're pretty much 45 minutes away minimum, depending on traffic. Could it be even longer? Some of the Padres and the Mariners play up in Peoria, even further than Glendale. As you can see on the map, go all the way west. Then you see Goodyear. That is where the Reds and the Cleveland Guardians share a park. And then if you look northwest, it's Surprise. And that is quite far away. So if you're looking to be I want to go see.
That's the Surprise.
Yeah, that's a surprise. You're it took an hour and a half to freaking get here. Surprise. And that's where the Royals play. So here's the Cactus League teams, the ones that are closest to the Cubs. So if you want to plan your trip accordingly, if you haven't made it yet, the Diamondbacks and the Rockies share a stadium, Talking Stick. That's very close to where the Cubs play. Also, the San Francisco Giants have a really nice stadium in Scottsdale, Arizona. The A's play where the Cubs used to play at Hohokam Park. And then pretty much all the other teams are kind of far away. So just know that if it's a road game you want to go, it looks close on the map. It is not. And especially Phoenix is one of the biggest growing cities in the world right now. And because of all the freaking old people, boomers retiring, going down there.
And Arizona is maybe the worst drivers I've ever lived around.
It's awful.
For a little while. I've lived up in Tacoma, Seattle area. I've lived, down in Georgia, like Colorado. Like there's some bad places. Arizona is fucking outside the norm. They're the outlier. They fucking suck. If you go to any intersection, there's just glass everywhere because they run into each other all the time.
A lot of meth heads too.
Want to be as close as possible. Get an Uber, get one of those crazy fuckers to drive you around instead of doing it yourself.
They have the self-driving Ubers there, or at least they did for a while, which is much better than a meth head driving your Uber. So,
yeah, that's where they went first because all the people who live there keep running into each other. Like, let's put some fucking non-driving, no people in the car there.
So, have you ever been to Arizona, IFG?
I drove through it once.
That didn't stop. Good plan.
No, I stayed overnight in Albuquerque. Or that's New Mexico. No, we drove straight through Arizona, actually. Yeah.
It's fun. Spring training is so much fun. It's a lot of transplants at that point of the year, but I do want to recommend one.
It feels like it's like the new Nashville, which like 20 years ago, like Nashville was the place where all the old people in Florida were running away to.
Yeah.
Like you had everybody from the Northeast who ran away to Florida. And then then they got like really old, they went up to Nashville, and then they're super duper old. Now they're going to Arizona.
Yeah. Or to Texas so they can like not pay taxes.
A lot of Illinois people, a lot of Chicago people in Arizona. They've been going there because if you made a lot of money and you lived in Chicago, apparently you bought a winter home down there in the Phoenix area.
Yeah. No, it's very common. And I want to just point out one thing. If you're going down there, if you have the time, spend at least 3 or 4 hours, if not longer, at the Musical Instrument Museum. Check it out at mim.org. It's my favorite museum in the world.
It's right next to the... God, I'm thinking Bank One Ballpark, but there's no way it's called that anymore.
It's kind of far away. It's not close to Sloan Park. It's a good 45 minutes, 35.
No. It's near the Major League Park, though.
Closer, but not real close. I mean, so anyway, Musical Instrument Museum, I highly recommend it. That is my extracurricular activity. I'm sure I'll think of more stuff. I went horseback riding once and stuff. I mean, I'm not really into that, though. Me and my sister tried to throw a lasso. We both sucked. Like, I don't know what to tell you. So a couple of announcements real quick. Dorothy's Last Call is happening this Saturday. Famous Cub fan Dorothy Farrell passed away at age 97. It's going to be pretty epic. It's at La Villa, which is just outside the city, I believe. Maybe it's in the city limits, but it's on the northwest side. And you can get tickets for it. It's $40, but includes food, all you can eat pizza, soft drinks. And I know that John Vincent's going to be singing at it, the Cubs anthem singer. John Benedict's going to be playing. I'm going to be leading us all in a prayerful song for Dorothy, which is a parody of Glory, Glory, Hallelujah, called Dorothy, Dorothy, We Salute Ya. And we're all going to sing that together. So that's going to be a beautiful thing. If you want to attend, I believe, I don't know if there's even tickets left because go to Club 400 on Facebook. And that's where the tickets were. So that's where the link was. Anyway, Club 400 on Facebook, follow them. And I don't know if I've mentioned this, but on Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, the 9th of January, I'm performing with Miguel Esparza and John Benedict, the aforementioned John Benedict, and my sister, the aforementioned Bad Lassoer, and Miguel, I already said Miguel, and this guy, Jeff. We're all playing Elvis songs at the Blackhawks game. So that'll be awesome. I've never played guitar in front of 30,000 people, so this should be exciting. And we're doing that on Tuesday. So if you want to show up to that, it'll be if you're in town and want to go see the Blackhawks, it might be a fun night to do it. We're playing in between periods at the Blackhawks game, so very cool stuff, and I'm excited.
That's awesome.
So that's it. I mean, I guess we got TFCs, we got hashtag chance in the chat, of course. So do that. And I just have one TFC.
I have 2.
Go ahead.
I see if I have any.
Do you have any? Okay, so I am going TFC. It's just these fucking cubes, man. These people that ask or get on here and they say the shit that just drives you insane, and you're just like, is this really where we're at? I'm going to start with this guy talking about AAA because, of course, the Cubs have done nothing to make us excited about the major league team. I see, and this gets hard for me because I got a thing in my way here. But it says Cubs could have a decent roster next to start the season. I think that says, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's what it says. At least the Iowa Cubs could have a decent roster next to start the season. I mean, this is a bot.
And then it says it sucks to be bragging about an AAA team, but this could be a fun roster if no major trades happen. So, okay, come on. This is a person that wants Matt Mervis, James Triantos, Matt Shaw, BJ Murray, Brennan Davis, Owen Casey, Pete Crow Armstrong, and Moises Ballesteros, Cade Horton, Ben Brown, and Jordan Wicks, all to stay in Des Moines. Like, he's like, if they don't go anywhere, this is going to be fun. And then he says, depending on some good spring training, guys like Kevin Alcantara and Hayden McGreary could find themselves in AAA to start the year too. At least that could be fun.
Hey, man, the project.
I have one question. If we don't sign anybody for first base or center field, what makes him think that Matt Mervis and Pete Crow Armstrong are going to be in Iowa?
No, they've got to be. I hope they are in Chicago.
The thing I'm getting at here is that this is a fucking Cubs fan who at this point is just like, I hope they stay in Iowa because that will be a good team. Like he's just like looking for anywhere to fucking have his Cubs fandom be fun because it's gonna suck in Chicago. Like, what the fuck is Jed doing?
The thing is that if it sucks in Chicago, it's sucking with Pete Crow Armstrong and Matt Mervis in Chicago. So he won't get that anyway.
Yeah. It's the prospect pervertdom is strong in these guys sometimes. So here's mine. I happened to look up. I was looking for the Ranto shirt that is on Amazon, and I just Googled it, and it came up with these shirts that are not ours. Like, I don't know who Go Duck Coo is, but they're selling Ranto Ranter shirts, and it's not us. So it's just some bot that goes around finding names of things. And I was like, what the hell is this crap? Ranto Ranter t-shirts sold, obviously ripping off us and Obvious shirts, because this looks like an Obvious shirt, except in black. So I'm like, let me read the description on this. And this is the main description. Ranto Ranter was a mysterious figure in history. He is famous for his role in the development of the German language and culture, as well as his scepter-like behavior with regards to kings and princes. His presence is often credited with helping to shape the cultural evolution of Germany, especially during the early modern period. And it goes on talking about that Ranto Ranter was a sophisticated speaker of language and possessed the talent to converse with and influence those around him. So I don't know what the hell AI is doing these days, but that's some fucked up shit.
You know what, though? Danny, to be fair, if you just take Germany out of there and you put Japan in, that could have been you. I mean, you are the utmost authority on
the country of Japan,
language and culture.
It's true. So, yeah. So the a world with AI is a lot of fun, huh?
Yeah.
So fun.
So that's mine. That's my
All
TFC.
Right. Well, I have another one here, and this one I believe is going to fit a little bit better. And I gave it for the listeners. I gave it the Big Blue Penis block out so that you can't actually see this guy's name because there's no point in it. But this was on a happy birthday to Theo Epstein, right? Somebody posted about Theo Epstein's 50th birthday, and everybody's being nice, saying happy birthday, and then this guy jumps in. I don't like him. He ruined this team with his shitty trades, depleting the farm system and awful signings. I hate Theo.
Happy birthday.
That's the epitome of a TFC right there. Fucking people are all just like, hey, happy birthday, Theo. Like, Theo, hey, great. And then this fucking asshole jumps in and says some of the most insane shit ever, because Theo Epstein put the team together that won the World Series. Like, you can bitch a little about some of the things that happened in and around that, but he brought the World Series to Chicago. Like, that's insane to say.
I hate him.
He ruined the team and that you hate him. That's nuts.
Mike Waller brings
I
up.
hope somebody saves that and then posts it when Jed turns 50, because that would make more sense to me.
Unless he wins the World Series. Mike Waller says, Son Ranto ranters barely speak English, let alone German. That's Mike Waller, of course, from the Cubs PS Plus podcast, which you should be listening to as well. Part of the Bleacher Bunch Productions.
And one of our best Patreon supporters.
Yeah, he pays for stuff. Shouldn't you at patreon.com/sunranto? What's that, IFG?
Mike Waller is
Mike's
very
just
responsible.
a pretty great guy.
And he's a great guy, too, on top of it all.
Mike Waller is very responsible for you being able to see and or hear us now.
Yeah. IFG, do you have a TFC? It's fine.
Has anybody not seen what happened to Aubrey Huff in the last week?
Yeah, that was great. He canceled himself. He was sliding into DMs. Dummy.
No,
Yeah.
what you got? I don't.
So,
I'm not
So
on
good.
that site anymore, really. So I don't know.
So this is just for you, Cotton. You may be the last person not to know about this, but it brings joy to my heart. So here we go. So Aubrey Huff says this catfight between at Isabella M. DeLuca and at Rach for Patriarch. I have no idea who these women are. I don't care. I don't want to know any more about them than I do. But this is who he's mad at. This is proof that today's women even know their sexuality is all they bring to the table. Complete with a desperate need for attention, crippling debt, drama, delusional self-worth, and a complete lack of accountability.
Well, I mean, that's pretty impressive that he knows all that about them.
That is a lot of syllables for Aubrey. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
AI.
when a woman posts a sexy picture, I generally, and maybe it's just because I'm not a woman hater, but I generally don't look at that picture and go, she's good looking. I'll bet she's in debt. I'll bet she needs attention. She has drama and delusional self-worth. Whatever.
Well, it gets better.
More to this
It
stuff
gets
beyond
better.
him just being a complete asshole.
So, Isabella Maria DeLuca replies back, is that why you DM'd me? Because of my delusional self-worth and my desperate need for attention? This you? And then shares a screenshot of a direct message with Aubrey Huff and his bio, proud father, 2-time World Series champ, and cameo connoisseur. Click links in bio to help support my alimony payments. And then at 10:30 p.m. on Christmas night, he says, hey, beautiful, let's collab over cocktails and bad decisions.
What a dork.
And so moments later, Aubrey Huff deletes his Twitter account.
Goodbye, Aubrey.
Goodbye, Aubrey. Good riddance.
I mean, hold up. Who was this woman?
Some conservative pundit or other who was in a tiff with another conservative pundit, somebody over who was sharing the trampiest photos on social media, which, for the record, if you got it, flaunt it. Like,
yeah,
you do you, girl.
Oh no! And I'm now seeing Rach for Patriot.
Yeah, it's all this conservative crap that he thought he could get with, and he could not.
He
That
could
is-
not. So I'm personally looking forward to next week where he undeactivates his Twitter account and somehow makes this all the fault of the woke mob.
I really like when conservative women destroy conservative men, and
Somebody's
you know
got
we
to.
just get to sit and watch and laugh.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't even have to get involved. It's wonderful.
It's like the trash taking itself out.
So before we get to this chance, which is your hashtag chance in the chat, and of course you're going to be able to buy this chance shirt soon from In the Clutch. Michael Cotton, we have a new thing we're doing this year, and it's a weekly end of the show thing called, it's kind of hard to say. It looks better in print. The Cubsler, which is like puzzler of Cubs. The Cubsler, which is like a Cubs riddle that you have to solve, and you send in your answer to sunranto@gmail.com and eventually be entered to win some sort of prize by getting the Cubsler right. We will announce the answer at on the next show of what the answer to the Cubsler is. Michael, what is this week's Cubsler?
All right,
Kinda
here we
fun to
go. A talkative fella who might love catching crabs in February.
So send
right.
your answers to sunranto@gmail.com. A talkative fellow who might love catching crabs in February is the clue. And
So who is that? What Cubs? Generally Cubs players, but Cubs related person as well.
So that is it for the show, except for the chance. So let us give away a chance postcard, and you will be entered to win not only a postcard sent to you by me with a message of love and doom, but also be entered to win the yearly prize, which starts again today. With the first item to go in. You guys want to see what it is?
Let's go.
Let me show you what it is.
Guy Serious says the answer to the Cubsler is Guy Serious.
So
last chance.
Here is the first prize that's going into the chance. It is the
Danny, we can't see it. You gotta get
okay.
I'll change your view here.
Here we go.
There we go.
Hispanic Day t-shirt is going in as the first prize for January. This is a giveaway from the Chicago Cubs.
Nice. Got the sugar skulls and the Cubs stuff on it.
And the first one going in. So here we go. Let's pick a winner, shall we?
Let's go.
Here we go. Bum 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 bum. And the winner is of the first chance of the year. Happy New Year, everybody. It's Robert Sanchez. Congratulations, Robert. You are entered to win the yearly prize of the chance, and you have just won a Frank Chance postcard sent to you by me with a message of doom. Hey, it was a great first show of the year, everybody. We're going to do it again next week before Cubs convention. I'm thinking it's Thursday night. If you're subscribed to the Sunranto calendar, you could see it on our website, sunranto.com, and you can keep up with all of our shows there. Congratulations, Robert. And I've got two songs to play right now.
Ooh.
The first is from Jared, he said, well, I'll let him explain it to you, but it is a Cubs Miss Carol. It was a late entry, but he does not give a fuck.
Well, but he's in the Greek Orthodox. Their Christmas is still like a week away.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, stick tuned for his Cubs Miss Carol, and then I've got just a little Auld Lang Syne to wish everybody Happy New Year. I wrote new lyrics to a Cubs version, and we'll talk to you all next week. Thanks for tuning in. Definitely see you over at the Discord after this. Hang out a little bit post-show. If you're a Sunranto ranter at patreon.com/Sunranto, you get Discord privileges. You get to hang out with us afterwards. Okay. Thanks for tuning in, and spagog, everybody.
Spagog!
Spagog!
Merry Christmas, Ranters. So I'm late to the party, but who gives a shit? A lot of negative shit going on right now, which is why I wanted to make a tribute to our left fielder. Not a Christmas song, but again, who gives a shit, right? When a first round pick traversed the system quick from a place called Cincy, arrived at Wrigley. He came with the core, but stuck through much more. Hits from both sides and likes what Jed provides. Something unforeseen. First pitch of 18. A nice OBP, and Jed would agree. Through the Wrigley thorns, his defense transforms and gets him some metal. He will not settle. Tip a cap to your happer. Oh, your cubby left fielder. Your cubby left fielder. Oh, tip a cap to your happer. Your cubby left fielder. At the edge of the track, bleacher Jeff's got his back. No matter the score, with Wrigley galore. Him, Zach, and Dakota fill their weekly quota with bottles of Parsley and no disarray. Did more than the rest, didn't go out west. He's a friend of the bleachers with no misdemeanors. Let's get him to October. Cub fans won't be sober. Him, Nico, and Dansby want the trophy. Tip a cap to your happer, your cubby left fielder, your cubby left fielder. Oh, tip a cap to your happer, your cubby left fielder. Tip a cap to your happer, your cubby left fielder, your cubby left fielder. Oh, tip a cap to your happer, your cubby left fielder. Tip a cap to your happer, your cubby left fielder, your cubby left fielder. Tip a cap to your happer, your cubby left fielder. Merry Christmas, Randers. Fuck the Brewers. Fuck the Cardinals. Fuck them all. Fuck everyone that's not the Cubs.
We'll raise the flag and sing the song after 3 outs in the ninth. We'll raise the flag and sing the song, the W flies.